Flashy TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up a turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening and welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Tonight we have the Redden Sim Racing Concept 360 Sprints at Lanier National Speedway. Was $300 to win, now $400 to win tonight, this evening, to take down the top prize. Cannot wait to see all the racing action out here at the Lanier National Speedway as we get locked and loaded here. Qualifying efforts going out right now. We're about 3 minutes into qualifying, and we are locked and loaded here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I'm Todd Stanton. Not alongside me, Phil Cass, taking a night off here this evening, but we got Todd Truan down there. We call him Jack, pushing all the controls down there in the broadcast booth here for Full Velocity Racing Network. He'll make some kind of cameo here once in a while, maybe on a replay screen. Hopefully we don't have a lot of yellow flags here tonight, but got to thank some of the great sponsors that came aboard here for this event. MVP Racing League is putting up $10 for the quick time here tonight. Hard Charger is also being sponsored too, but it is by MVP Racing, a brand new 410 sprint car league created by Ryan Gray and Easton Ashbrook. It is a 12-race series across every dirt track in iRacing with 2 races for great cash prizes. Over 25 cars have already signed up, join their series, and possibly win the 2020 MVP series. Join now. So again, they are tonight's quick time and hard charger. And then Jack Clevenger for all in constructions, putting up $10 for the highest finisher transferring out of the B main. Again, it's a fantastic race here in store for us here. We're going to see lots of top prizes going on. It goes $400, $175, then it goes to $118 to start the feature event here, the A main for Will. Right now, we're looking at the qualifying, drop-down qualifying going on out there. Tim Ryan atop the leaderboard. And then number 98 machine, David Heilman. And then number 49, second quickest there, .073 back. Here, Tim Ryan with 53 seconds left of qualifying. Ross in that number 45 machine is in that third spot. Hayden Cardwell, a lot of noticeables in here that we see here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and a lot of guys that we don't normally see on the Full Velocity Racing Network. So if you get your name slaughtered here tonight, I'm very, very sorry, and hopefully we'll come back here again, and then we'll make sure that we get your guys' names right. But thank you again. Here to come, 360 sprint cars. I cannot wait to see it. We don't get a lot of the sprint car racing action here in the Full Velocity Racing Network. We have 20 seconds here left of this qualifying round. It looks like we may have 6 heat races here at D-Main, so we play alphabet soup here. We do have a warm-up here to play our national anthem here tonight, so definitely going to be able to get that in here. So cannot wait. Heat racing action coming your way on the Full Velocity Racing Network. The session has been advanced, so we will get to racing action here in just a moment. So heat race number 1 already getting ready to come to grid here. waiting for the cars to roll on out there, but it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, the Voiles Trucking starting line will be the number 98 machine of Tim Ryan. His dancing partner to the outside, driving the number 12 machine. That will be Alex Bergeron. Bergeron in the number 12. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot, that's Jeremy Zerfos aboard the number 46 machine, which should be the number 5 machine out there. And Stephen Calavoda aboard the number 23, rolling off position number 4. Fifth starter sees Kobe Sidham in the number 27 machine. Code right there is actually the number 3 machine out there on the speedway. And then Brandon Steele aboard the number 5 machine, rolling off position number 6. Seventh starter on the field sees the number 33 of Hunter Brady. And outside of him will be Blaine Baxter aboard the number 19 machine. We have 8 cars out there. It's supposed to be 8 cars out there. Tim Ryan not answering the call so far. We'll see if he's going to come on out there on the speedway. Just a little bit slower start. There's Tim Ryan out there on the speedway. So 8 cars. We have all 8 cars out there on the speedway getting ready. Locked and loaded. Heat racing action will be underway here in just a minute. 10 laps will be the distance. Top 3 will transfer on to the A main. We will get 18 cars out of 6 heat races here this evening. Like I said, it's going to be Tim Ryan and Alex Bergeron, a star-studded front row here. Old head start. Charlie Harold out there. Be back to racing soon. Thank you, Charlie, for the 100 stars. Bob Tompkins Sr. out there. A lot of notables out here watching the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you all for tuning in here. Sprint car racing action here. Open wheel action at its finest here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I am stoked here to watch this race here, and I was glad Cody Olson got a hold of me to come here and broadcast this event here this evening, as these sprint cars are 360 version, so just a little bit under what a 410 sprint car is. So these guys coming down into turn number 3, Lanier National Speedway, getting ready to throw the iRacing I flag. Green flag out, and we're racing out of turn number 4 in down the back front straightaway into turn 1. The number 98 of Tim Ryan leads the charge. Alex Bergeron right now running in the second spot. Third is that number 5 machine. Number 5 out there racing hot and heavy. Right there in that third position. Number 5 is Jeremy Zerfos in that number 5 machine, running in the third spot. And then you have Kobe in that number 20, number 3 machine starting to close the gap there. He's that top 3 transfer on into the main. Tim Ryan trying to run away with us with Alex Bergeron right there about a car length and a half behind him, trying to track him down as they dive off into turn number 3. Bergeron now dips down to the inside, trying to get around Tim Ryan, cannot do so. 6 laps remain. Can Bergeron get around Tim Ryan? Jeremy right now running into the third and final transfer spot. The rest will play alphabet soup that's directly behind him. Kobe right now in that number 3 machine, running in the 4th spot. Stephen Calavoda running 5th in that number 23 machine. Then you got Brandon Steele. Brandon Steele in that number 5. He is right now running 6th. Meanwhile, back up front, it's Tim Ryan here. He is halfway home here. 5 and 5 to go. Now we're going to go 4 to go as we get ready here for Tim Ryan. Alex Bergeron running in that second spot again. Jeremy Zerfos running in 3rd. So these guys doing a fantastic job, just pretty much putting the gap in between what they need to. But Tim Ryan right now, your race leader, the number 12, Alex Bergeron, man, right there. I don't know if he wants to step out. He doesn't want to make a mistake there on Tim Ryan. As those popsicle sticks go up in the air, 2 more trips around the Lanier National Speedway. Bergeron getting a little bit antsy as he moves down to the bottom. He's going to lose about 5 car lengths to that number 98 of Tim Ryan. Ryan coming off of turn number 4. We'll see that white flag in the air around the Lanier National Speedway with that number 98 machine. Alex Bergeron running 2nd. Nobody going to challenge Tim Ryan, though, as he dives down off into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 1. Little Tim Ryan. Alex Bergeron for 2. Jeremy Zerfos will be the final person to qualify on into the main. The rest will go into the alphabet soup. So heat race number 2, heat race number 1 in the books, heat race number 2, gritting on the speedway right now. It's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 49 machine. That is David Heilman, and as I him, Billy Raleigh aboard that number 84. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot, that will be the driver of the number 13. That is Keith Jackson. And Austin Griffey aboard the number 57. Going to roll off position 4. Fifth starter sees Ryan Stanfield aboard the 101 machine. And outside of him will be the number 24. That's Chris Fisher. Inside row number 2, row number 4, excuse me, in the 7th starting spot. And that will be Jay Overly. And then you have Tyler driving aboard the number 47, but it's actually 33 out there. So again, number 33. So you got different car numbers out there, but that's indeed what happens here in the iRacing simulation, because you're allowed to do your own numbers. Going to be working on a brand new format here for the Full Velocity Racing Network, where we're going to actually have maybe the guys send in their car numbers, and we're going to make sure that that's on top of the screen and it follows them wherever they go in the iRacing simulation, as long as they keep the same number. Definitely working on that one. Eric Eichstead out there, the Voodoo Child out there on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you, Eric Eichstead, for tuning in. Christopher Hockley and Donovan Ross out there. I didn't get a chance there. At Sample out there. Blade Node Motorsports, bladenode.com. Simple Web Solutions Power 9 Nerds is one of our sponsors. Use the promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first purchase there. Whether it's a server, whether it's a website you're hosting, it is fantastic. So bladenode.com, as iRacing on flag comes out, the green flag that is. The 49 of David Heilman leads the charge here down the back straightaway already. Raleigh running in that second spot. Third is that number 13 of Keith Jackson. Jackson right now looks like he's going to try to dive down to the bottom to try to get some forward bite, the grip off the corner, but not able to close the gap on himself and that number 71 machine. 79 machine of Billy Raleigh, excuse me. Really tough to see his numbers. Heilman goes around all by himself. David Heilman, not sure what happened to him, that number 49 machine, but goes all around all by himself. Heilman around in and not in that number 49 machine. So tough break for David Heilman. Now down to the infield, and now Billy Raleigh in that number 79 machine leads it. Keith Jackson running second. Austin Griffey in that 57 machine on the bubble. The final transfer spot for that number 57 machine. Chris Fisher running in fourth in that number 24 machine. He's on the outside looking in as of right now. Looks like he will have to, if he can't get around the 57 machine, he will make it into a B main or a C main. I think he would be a B main there in position number 4. Thank you for Joe Bishop out there watching with us here too. Joe Bishop out here. The 24 now dives to the bottom side. That is Chris Fisher trying to get around the 57. Not going to be able to do so here. And laps are winding out to try to make it into a transfer spot for that number 24 of Chris Fisher. Fisher still trying to close that gap on that 57 machine. But up front it's been all Billy Raleigh and that number 84 after Heilman. Went around all by himself there in that number 49 machine. Keith Jackson running in that second spot. They're going to receive the white flag off of turn number 4. One more trip around the Lanier National Speedway for the driver of the number 79, Billy Raleigh. Then you have Keith Jackson still running second. Those guys pretty comfortable there. Austin Griffey holding on to the transfer spot. Looks like he's going to be able to do so. Heat race number 2 belongs to Billy Raleigh in that number 79 machine. Keith Jackson finishes up second. Austin Griffey for 3. The rest will go into tonight's alphabet soup, into the A mains, B mains, the C mains, whatever you want to call it. Heat race number 3 getting ready to come out here onto the speedway. So heat race number 2 getting ready to come out onto the speedway, getting ready to roll around here. They're already doing so here on the speedway. Donovan Ross will lead them here on the pole, and that number 5 machine, Dylan Hauser aboard the number 2, going to roll off in position number 2. Inside row number 3. In the 3rd starting spot, that'll be Bryce Lucius aboard the number 32, and Kyle Moonen aboard that number 72 machine, going to roll off in position number 4. Justin Griffiths aboard the number 82 machine, going to roll off in that 5th spot, and Ernie Williams Jr. aboard the UDTV number 91, rolling off position number 6. 7th, let's see Ryan Curtis in that number 18 machine, and then number 17 of Dan Nadia going to round out your field here. 8 cars called for, all 8 cars out there. 400 big ones on the line here tonight. Running Sim Racing Concepts 360 Sprint Car Racing action in the Lanier National Speedway's iRacing I-Flag. Green flag comes out. The number 5 machine, the Donovan Ross, leads the charge. Look at the 32 down to the bottom side, trying to make something happen. No grip there, crossed up there. Here comes Dylan Hauser, and the number 2 trying to pull a slider through 3 and 4. The drag race down to the start finish line. Hauser now drives her deep into turn number 1. Look at that number 2 go. Dylan Hauser to the race lead. The number 5 drops back to that second spot of Donovan Ross. Ross right now running in the second spot. Third is Kyle Moonen, and that number 72 machine trying to make something happen here as he's trying to get away from the fourth, running number 32 of Bryce. Bryce trying to do a fantastic job too. He's trying to get into the 8 main here so he doesn't have to go through that alphabet soup. Right now on the outside looking in, that number 32 machine. But the number 72, Kyle Moonen, right now holding on to the final transfer spot. Dylan Hauser checking out on the field, and that number 2. Donovan Ross right now in second, but these guys battling it out, duking it out. Will stay right here. In that second spot is Hauser trying to pull away from the rest of the field. That number 5 machine of Donovan Ross right now holding on to second. Here comes the 72 charging here through the middle portions as Ross makes contact to the wall. The 72 of Kyle Moonen now moves into second. Drop kick that number 5 back to the third spot. He's going to have to go on the assault and the defensive. Here comes the 82 of Justin Griffiths. In that number 82 machine, he moves up into the fourth spot, now looking to try to make himself into the transfer spot. Right there directly in front of him, the number 5 of Donovan Ross holding on to it. Here comes Griffith, really sliding it down into the bottom of the corner, going to pull up on the outside here. And then number 82 machine, the 5, exchanges sliders with him over into the corner once again. But the 82 going to cross him back up. Griffith back down to the bottom side here. Side by side racing action for that final transfer spot. 2 laps remain. Oh, contact Griffiths into the wall hard, up into the corner. That's going to spell trouble for that number 82 machine. But the Dylan Hauser machine, they're just pulling away here, setting sail. The final lap for Dylan Hauser in the number 2. Kyle Moonen running in that second spot down the back straightaway. Off into turn number 3. The number 2 of Dylan Hauser going to take down heat race number 3. Kyle Moonen for 2. Bryce Lucas is going to finish up in that third spot there. The final transfer. Everybody else will go to alphabet soup. Heat race number 3 is in the books. Heat race number 4 getting ready to roll out onto the starting grid here. Again, the Voiles Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 10 machine. That will be Ryan Schneek aboard the number 10 machine. And outside of him, Austin McCarl aboard that number 39 machine. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot. That will be the number 29 machine, or 29 machine. We're going to go with Tanner Holmes and Jack Hoyer aboard the number 11, rolling off position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be Tyler Curtis aboard that number 30 machine, and outside of him will be the number 75 of Jake Erickson. Erickson aboard the number 75. Inside row number 4 in the 7th starting spot. That'll be Sean Walterford Jr. and that 21, and Jesse Danicus aboard the number, looks like number 75 there. Looks like we're not looking at Jake Erickson up there, the 14. He's actually the 14. Sorry, apologize for that one. As the 75 was actually up in his spot there, but the 14 able to gather that spot back up and going to roll off in position number 6. So we called for 8 cars. We have all 8 cars out there on the speedway. So that number 10 of Ryan up front there. And then outside of him, the number 39 of Austin McCarl. The iRacing I-Flag green flag comes out here over heat race number 4. That number 10 machine trying to do what all the other leaders have done, is pull off and just walk away from the rest of the field. But Austin McCarl has better ideas. He dives down to the bottom. He takes over the top spot. The 11 also slides on that 10 machine. A lot of chaos ensues. A bee's nest, a beehive over there as these guys all together, and a lot of position changing going on here as Austin McCarl, now your race leader, Jack Hoyer running in that second spot, and then number 11 machine. Then you got the 30 of Tyler Curtis. Curtis right now holding on to the third spot, and then the 10 goes around all by itself down on the bottom side of the speedway. That's going to hurt his night. He's going to have to go through the alphabet soup. As the 14 now trying on the 75. The 75 touches the outside wall. That's Jesse Danicus now hitting the outside wall. The 14 now moving into the 4th spot. That is Jake Erickson. As Erickson now to the 4th spot, trying to track down maybe to get himself into a transfer spot. But the other guys right there directly behind him pull a slider. That was a 2 for move by 2 cars getting around that number 14 machine. Meanwhile, up front is Austin McCarl. In that number 39 machine, here comes the 11, Wayton Ward. Now a slider, moves himself up into the top spot, slides up the track in front of the 39, but the 39 fires back into turn number 3. This time by literally 4 to go at the line for the number 39 of Austin McCarl. Jack Hoyer running in that 2nd spot. Now Hoyer looking to the bottom there a couple different times. In the 11, maybe pull another slider, but he moves up the track a tad bit, loses a little bit of momentum, now trying to gain momentum. Being on the top shelf with the speedway, pushing the cushion up there through turns 1 and 2 as we have 3 laps remaining. As we go down that back straightaway into turn number 3, it's been Austin McCarl, Jack Hoyer, Tyler Curtis, your top 3. Austin McCarl going to get those popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the Lanier National Speedway for that number 39 machine. Jack Hoyer still running in that 2nd spot, trying to track him down about 3 car lengths back of that number 39. As we got one to go here for that 39 machine. See if he can hold on here and pick up heat race number 4 down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Austin McCarl has not been touched here in heat race number 4 and takes down heat race number 4. Jack Hoyer for 2 and Tyler Curtis going to round out your 3 cars to make it on into the A main. Thank you to Eric Einstead, the blue child out there with star donations. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that so much, especially this time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you for everyone for tuning in here. And just remember to share our link out there. Let everybody know. Make sure you come on over and make sure you actually go on out here and follow our Facebook, because we got a lot of things that go on here on our Facebook on a nightly basis. Come on over as our quest to get 10,000 followers still goes on. We'll send that out to the viewers here. We also got YouTube out there, 2 different YouTubes out there being broadcasted live as of right now. GeForce TV coming on there. Appreciate those guys for broadcasting the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also, we have Twitch and YouTube channels for the Full Velocity Racing Network. So if you want higher quality, higher def, you can go to one of those channels, as Facebook Live is out there. They haven't quite caught up with it yet, but higher def out there definitely to YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, with most sports canceled, I do agree with you here. Heat race number 5 out there had a little bit of an explanation out there. So we got the number 69 starting on the pole. That is Hayden Cardwell. Outside of him, driving the number 54 machine. That's John Batista. And at number 54, rolling off position number 2. Rolling off 3rd will be the number 38 of Travis Oldfield. And that number 38, and Steven Fredberg aboard the number 29 machine, going to roll off in position number 4. Mike Schultz aboard the number 16, going to roll off in position 5. 6th position will be the number 37 of Jack Clevenger. Actually, the 78 of Jack Clevenger. Aiden Saunders aboard the number 8, going to roll off position number 7. And Wyatt Vick, and that number 32W, going to roll off in position number 8. 8 cars we called for. 8 cars we have out there. 10 laps will be the distance heat race number 5. Coming your way off of turn number 4. Stacked, packed. iRacing I flag. Green flag is out. And we're racing down the first straightaway off into turn 1. Already contact back there. The 78 getting crossed up just a tad bit as the contact between the 8 and the 78, unfortunately, making those guys pretty much lose it here. Just a tad bit is Hayden Cardwell, your race leader in the number 69 machine. John Batista running in 2nd. Batista right now trying to track down Cardwell. Travis Oldfield running 3rd, and Mike Schultz right now running in that 4th spot. Good battle between the 8 and the 18 machine. The 8 of Aiden Sanders, and then Steven Fredenberg right there too, and that number 30 or 29 machine. Those guys fighting it out and duking it out. Cordell, you go to iRacing.com. iRacing.com, the official simulation here of the World of Outlaws, too. Definitely the simulation. These guys out there, you can race sprint cars, you can race late models, you can race street stocks on the dirt. It's fantastic. A lot of contact there, the 8 and 29. Huge contact over there as those guys all go around into the wall pretty hard. By Hayden Cardwell, your race leader, has 5 laps remaining here this time here. 5 in, 5 to go. Halfway home for the 69 machine, already down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He is leading the charge here. Travis Oldfield in that number 38 machine running in the second spot, and John Batista now has dropped back to third. Batista on the bubble for the final transfer. He hits the wall just a tad bit as Hayden Cardwell go to C3 to go. So Hayden Cardwell right now leading, going down the back straightaway here into turn number 3. Last lap time he had was a 12.783. Travis Oldfield a little bit faster, 12.647. So Oldfield starting to track him down in that number 38 machine as they come down the back straightaway off into turn number 3. Oldfield right there, narrowing that gap even more. White flag going to be in the air. Can Oldfield do anything about it here? Trying to get around the 69 of Cardwell. Cardwell down the back straightaway for the final time off into turn number 3. Heat race number 5 going to belong to Hayden Cardwell. Well, in that number 69 machine, the 38 of Travis Oldfield going to finish second. John Batista for 3. The rest will go to consolation events, the alphabet soup behind him. So heat race number 6 coming to fruition down there. The Boyles Trucking starting lineup going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 83 machine will be Chase Crum. Chase Crum aboard the number 83 in his dancing partner outside. Brett Malitsky aboard the number 73 machine. Again, like I said, names are difficult because I don't ever broadcast these guys, but Brett out there in row number 2. In position, or row number 1, excuse me, position number 2. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot, that'll be number 28 machine of Hunter Crum. And then, Rylan Gray aboard the 06, rolling off in position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be Rob Schroeder aboard the number 1 machine, and Nathan Davis aboard the number 36. Going to roll off in position number 6. 7th starter sees the number 269 of James Grace. And his dancing partner should be Carson Sosa aboard the 01 machine, just waiting for a couple of cars. Brett not out there in position number 2. And that number 73 machine does not look like those guys. Either one of them going to answer the call. We're going to have 6 out of the 8 cars out there, so only 6 answering the call. They'll fight out for 3 spots, so a little bit better of a percentage here in heat race number 6. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Again, if you have not followed our page, Full Velocity Racing Network, head on over to Facebook, head on over to YouTube, Full Velocity Racing Network. We need to hit 1,000 subscribers over there. Right now, we're at 845. I think we can hit 1,000. I think we have such the great fans out there. I really think that we can hit that 1,000 mark here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And definitely, hopefully, take it the rest of the way as we get ready to send these guys on their way. Off of turn number 4, heat race number 6, the final heat race of the evening. Is the iRace Sky Flag, green flag is out. That number 83 of Chase Crum leading here. The Hunter Crum number 28 machine. So those guys right there, first and second. Rylan Gray aboard the 06 running in the third spot. As we got 4 wide racing here. Man, oh man, oh man. The 36 right there too, knocking on the door of the 86, excuse me, of Rylan Gray, Nathan Davis. You got James Grace right there, Rob Schroeder, and the number 1 machine that Jack Daniels sponsor, number 1, right there in that 6th spot. So Chase Crum, your race leader in the number 83. Hunter Crum running second. So 1-2. Those guys have pulled away from the third spot of Rylan Gray. Nathan Davis in that 36 machine running in the 4th spot. 5th is the 269 of James Grace. And then Rob Schroeder running in the 6th spot. Pretty much gapped all the way through the field. Nobody really duking it out as they were going 3 and 4 wide there for a few moments. But they settle back down. Single file of racing action here for heat race number 6. As we're coming up on 4 to go at the race line here at Lanier National Speedway. As right now, Crum, and Gray, those guys, your 3 guys that will make it on into the AMA unless something happens here. Nathan Davis trying everything he can do there in that number 36 machine. Running in that 4th spot right now, he'd be on the outside looking in here. Alphabet Soup definitely going to be interesting here tonight, especially David Heilman making some contact early in the event, and now going to have to, I believe he's going to be in the D main. If we have that far back, it'll be the D main. So it'll be a tough break for David Heilman. We'll see what's going to happen there. But Chase Crum going to receive that white flag up in the air this time around for that number 83 machine. Again, Hunter Crum running second. Those guys get the white flag and be right. Gray right there running in that 3rd spot. Definitely trying to do everything he can, but he don't want to mess it up. Down into turn number 3 for the final time. Heat race number 6 going to belong to Chase Crum. And then number 83 machine second going to go to Hunter Crum and Ryle Gray. And then number 06 machine going to finish up 3rd. 18 cars have made it to the A main. Now we go on to the D main here. And again, the D main is going to be 12 laps. 6 cars will transfer on. It's going to go right into, actually, it's going to skip. It should be skipping, but it's not. No, it's not skipping. So the D main, 6 cars will move on, 12 laps. 6 cars will move on to the C main. See how many cars come out here for this one. Some of them just put them on the trailer sometimes. I know money involved in that. If you make the A main, you're going to get 18 big ones back at least. So we'll go to the live grid here for the D main. Guys pulling away, starting on the pole will be Wyatt, Vic, and the number 31 machine, Rob Schroeder. Going to pull off in the 2nd spot. 3rd will be Blaine Baxter aboard the number 19 machine. And Tyler Driver aboard the number 47 rolling out 4th. Ryan Curtis and then number 18 rolling out 5th. 6th will be Jake Erickson aboard the number 14. 7th will be Aiden Saunders, and then number 8 machine. 8th will be Stephen Calavoda. And then you have Ernie Williams Jr., rolling off in the 9th spot, then Ryan Shirt, and then Steven Fernberg in the number 34, going to roll off the rest of the field there. 3 cars not making an answer here to tonight's D main. Yeah, race tonight, flag, green flag comes out. We're racing. Getting the 32W, that is Wyatt Vick in that 32W right now, holding on to the top spot. Rob Schroeder is in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Tyler in the number 47 machine. Stephen Calavoda in the number 23 has worked his way up to the 4th spot. Again, we're taking 6 cars on into the C main here. So these guys are going to fight tooth and nail for that final transfer spot as it's starting to get a little bit dusty here at the Lanier National Speedway. Trying to get some things to populate here. Hopefully I'll be able to do so. Some more wrecking going on here. We continue to race here with the number 18 down to the bottom side. That is Ryan Curtis. Curtis right now trying to get around the number 23 machine of Stephen Calavoda. Calavoda to the outside there. The number 33 of the 33, is Calavoda really trying to do a fantastic job to try to make it up through. I may have jinxed him here earlier. Seeing Calavoda into this race, he says he's really good at Lanier. I'd like to see him capitalize on that, and I talked to him, and maybe that might have been the kiss of death for him there. And at 23 of Calavoda now moving up to the 3rd spot. Ryan Curtis running in 4th. Yeah, it could be the announcer's curse, like you said there. I just talked to him. That's all I did is Ryan now running in the 6th spot. He had a horrible heat race did he in that UDTV number 10 machine, trying to make his way up through. With more contact being made, the 32W making a mistake there as he goes around in a knot. That looks like Wyatt Vick unfortunately going around. That's a tough break for him as Rob Schroeder. And then number 1 machine, your race leader, Calavoda, now moves to 2nd to 18 of Ryan Curtis. Ryan in the number 10 machine going to be 4th. Tyler Driver in that 29 machine running in that 5th spot. And then the 33 machine, Steven Fredberg in the number 34 machine now fighting it out, duking it out there for the final transfer spot. as we are coming up here with 11 laps here of 12. So we're going to come up here and complete this lap here, the one of Rob Schroeder. Gets that white flag as he comes down the back straightaway down into turn number 3 for the final time. Off of turn number 4, Rob Schroeder going to take down the victory. Steven Calavoda finishes second. Nope, Ryan does. Another Ryan finishes second. Steven Calavoda third. Ryan Curtis, Jake Erickson round out your rest of your field. The rest of them make it on into the A main. A little bit of a technical difficulty on my end. Working through it here. Jack has all the cameras to be able to show what's going on out there on Facebook Live. Gotta love technology. Gotta love it. Ad scoring, timing up, already locked and loaded, and all of a sudden it disappears on me. Makes an announcer's life miserable. Very, very miserable. So the C main is going to be 14 laps. Going to be 14 cars out there. 6 will transfer on into the B main. Waiting to load on in here. Got to thank MVP and All In Construction and Landscaping LLC. As C Main out there pacing around. So you got Griffiths out there in that number 82 machine, your race pole setter. Then the 75 machine, Jesse Dacus. And then you got Mike Schultz. Excuse me, the 16, James Grace running fourth. Fifth will be Hunter Brady, Jay Overton, and Dan Anata, and the rest of the field. There's the high racing, high flag, green flag comes out. Like I said, Love Technology dropped out of there in the C main, so it was quickly working my way back into here. I love doing that type of thing, especially the last kind of minute there. I apologize for all the people that did not get through the lineup there. Through the C main. But the 82 right now, your race leader, James Grace, running in that second spot. And that number 269 machine trying to make his way on into the B main. Like I said, 6 cars will move on into the B main. Then 6 cars from the B main into the A main to make 24 cars for the A main. The Britain Sim Racing Concepts 360 A main. Like I said, Dustin Griffiths in the number 82 machine. Right now, your race leader, Jesse running in the second spot in the number 75 machine, the 269, and James Grace running third. Hunter Brady in the number 33 machine running in that fourth spot. Dane running fifth in that number 17 machine down to the bottom. But this is a whole gaggle of cars. Calavoda trying to make it up through two in that number 23 machine. He's doing everything he can to make it into the A main as Calavoda really struggled there in his heat race, but now he is starting to come to post here, trying to make it into the top 6. They're going almost 3 and 4 wide there. As there's a whole gaggle of cars. Calavoda down to the extreme inside, and then a VLR number 23 machine. As Calavoda in the 17 make a little bit of contact, Calavoda has to grab it back. Nobody giving Calavoda an inch on the bottom as they cut him off just a tad bit. That number 17 of Dane right there, knocking on the 23. And that's a battle for the final transfer spot there with the 33 there of Hunter Brady. So a lot of good racing going on here. Dustin Griffiths, though, in that number 82 machine just kind of checking out on the field. Jesse in that 75 machine about 6 car lengths back there, but doesn't seem to be as fast there. He gets to the outside, looks fast to the corner, but down the straightaway, 82 just has some momentum there. We'll see if the 75 can actually get it going there. Now he's going to make me eat my own words there down the back straightaway. The 75 on the extreme outside right next to the wall here. The Linear National Speedway, and these 360 sprint cars definitely going to make a race for the race lead. As Jesse now goes to the outside here again of that 82, Dustin Griffiths. Griffiths not coming off the bottom. But do you want to race? How hard do you want to race? How hard do you really want to race for one of those spots there? Yep, you're going to win the C main. You're going to move on to the B main. You don't really want to race a ton, I don't think. His 75 machine now, Jesse Dankis in the number 75 machine. You're going to pull out into the race lead here. Going to receive the white flag this time around. Dustin Griffiths and him really fighting side by side as they come off the quarter. White flag will be in the air. The 82 of Griffiths. Dankis in the 75 machine on the outside trying to pull it off. Down into turn at number 3 for the final time here in the C main. Dankis has it, I believe, off of turn number 4. Going to pick up the C main. Griffiths going to finish up second, 82. James Grace for 3. Sean Walderfelsen Jr. going to finish up 4th. Stephen Calavoda and Hunter Brady move on to the B main. So B main racing action getting ready to come at you. Looks like we have 14 cars out there. 14 cars will take on to this B main. 6 will transfer on to make 24 cars for the Rudin Sim Racing Concepts 360 Sprint Car A main. Starting on the pole, driving the number 3 machine. That will be Kobe Sidham. And outside of him is Chris Fisher aboard the number 24 machine. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot. That will be the number 5 machine of Donovan Ross. And Tanner Holmes aboard the number 29 machine. Going to roll off in position number 4. Rolling off 5th will be Jack Clevenger aboard the number 78 machine. And outside of him will be Nathan Davis in that number 36. Inside row number, should be row number 4. That will be Brandon Steele, the number 5 machine. And outside of him was supposed to be Ryan Stanfield, not going to be making the call in that 101. Then you have your B main starters, Dankis in the number 75, Griffiths in the 82, James Grace in the 269, Sean in the number 21, Calavoda and Brady round out your field here. It's going to be 14 cars strong, actually going to be 13 cars strong here, as like I said. Ryan Stanfield in the 101 not answering the call. So 6 cars will transfer on to the A main. That will guarantee you $18 at least. It's a $400 payday in the A main. We cannot wait to see how that's going to finish. Irish Sky Flag, green flag comes out over the B main. The number 3 machine of Cole Stidham going to lead them down here with Chris Fisher running in that second spot. But I don't know for how long. Is Fisher now getting slid through the field here. Already back to 6. So now it's Donovan Ross running second. Ross in that number 5 machine. Then you got the number 45 and the 29. The 29 of Tanner Holmes, the 36 Nathan Davis. A whole gaggle of cars. People just coming up through the field here. Oh man, it's like a good old slugfest here between these drivers trying to make it on into the A main. You want to sit back and wait. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen, though, as Goldstedham in the number 3 machine trying to pull away here, trying to put everybody right there behind him, as Nathan Davis in the number 36 running in that second spot. The number 5 of Donovan Ross running down to the bottom, trying to take second back. Tanner Holmes in that number 29 machine rolling the top there, trying to make something happen there. He's running 4th. Jack Clevenger in that number 78 machine running in the 6th spot. Brandon Steele running in 7th. Guy to watch is Stephen Calavoda, also coming from the B main. A lot of the B main contenders trying to make their way into these top 6 that will make it into the feature. A lot of racing action going on here, though. 16-lap B main here is a bit exciting here, as Kobe just running away here from Kobe and Nathan Davis running away here. The 29 and Tanner Holmes starting to pull them back in. As Tanner Holmes in that number 29 machine trying to keep his distance with the number 5 of Donovan Ross. Jack Clevenger and Chris Fisher now moving up to 6th in that number 24 machine. So we'll see what's going to happen here. I don't know how many of you guys out there watching these guys go at it. It looks like something happened to Calavoda. Calavoda out of this event. And the number 23 machine going to finish up 13th out in the field. So getting some more racing action going on here. And that's, I'm going to tell you, that's between Clevenger, Ross, Fisher. Those guys duking it out there. And number 21 starting to make his way back up through the field here too. He came from the B man, and he's on the outside. He knows he's right there, knocking on the door, trying to make a transfer spot. These guys, number 5 now down to the bottom and trying to track down the 78 machine of Jack Clevenger. Clevenger right now holding on to 4th. So Chris Fisher on the bubble in that number 24 machine. He's got a whole gaggle of cars right there, 3 wide for the final transfer spot. Man, oh man, oh man. I don't know who is it going to be here for that spot, but these guys fighting it out, duking it out like it was the last lap here. And it's the last chance, obviously, to get in to the A main here. 24 cars strong going to be here. The last 6 being decided out of the B main. And they're wanting that last spot there, the 24. Definitely Chris Fisher down there fighting it out there. Here comes Brandon Steele. And the number 5 machine also right there. If these guys touch it and make contact, we should see some different guys into the A main. As I don't know how fast they want to race here, but Nathan Davis, your race leader, in that number 36, going to receive the white flag off of turn number 4 here near National Speedway. Second, Cobus Stidham in that number 20 or number 3 machine. Then you have Tanner Holmes in that 4th spot. Looks like something happened. Is Nathan Davis going to take down the B main victory? Tanner Holmes going to finish 2nd. Then you have Cobus finishing up that 3rd spot. Jack Clevenger for 4. Chris Fisher and Sean Walderfez Jr. going to finish up in that 6th spot. Going to be a final transfer here tonight. The rest will watch from the trailer here this evening. So we're going to do a real quick warm-up. Going to send things down trackside for Dirty Grass Soul, Kevin Dedman, and the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn at the twilight's last era, we watched were so gallant. Red clay night that our flag was still
Thank you to Kevin Dedman and Dirty Grasso for the playing of our national anthem. This is Full Velocity Racing Network. I'm Todd Stanton down there pushing all the controls. It's Jack Truan here tonight in Lanier National Speedway, the Rudland Sim Racing Concepts. Definitely the main sponsor here, the 368 main feature coming your way here. And this starting lineup going to go away like this. Driving the number 98 here tonight, the number 98, Tim Ryan in that machine. And outside of him, Billy Raleigh. Sounds like I need another drink. And that number 79. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot. That's the number 2 machine. That is Dylan Hauser and Austin McCarl. Aboard that number 39, going to roll off in position number 4. Rolling off 5th on the field, that will be the number 69 machine. That is Hayden Cardwell. And his dancer partner on the outside, that is Chase Crum. Aboard the number 83, rolling off 6. 7th starter sees Alex Bergeron. And that number 12 machine, and Keith Jackson. Aboard the number 13, rolling off in position number 8. Kyle Moonen in that number 72 machine, going to roll off in position number 9. His dancer partner on the outside, driving the number 11. That's Jack Hoyer. Hoyer aboard the number 11 machine. Travis Oldfield going to roll off in position number 11, and outside of him, Hunter Crum aboard that number 28 machine. Inside row, the very next row number 7, that's Jeremy Zarfos aboard the number 5 machine, and outside of him would be Austin Griffith aboard the number 57, rolling off in position 14. Rolling off 15th to be Bryce Lucas in the number 32 machine, and outside of him would be the number 30 of Tyler Curtis. 17th starter on the grid, the number 50. Ray aboard that number 06, going to roll off position 18. 19th starter sees Nathan Davis aboard the number 36, and Tanner Holmes aboard that number 29. Him in the number 27, going to roll off in position number 21, and Jack Clevenger in that number 37 machine, going to roll off in position number 22. 23rd starter sees Chris Fisher and Sean in there. Like I said, I apologize. Second time here tonight, I've had some trouble. Go out and buy $1,000 PC, they say, Jack. Go out and buy a $2,000 PC. Still have troubles. Doesn't matter. Electronics. Yeah, because by then I had all the troubles ironed out. Out there. I can see it going to be kind of delayed on my end. So the iRacing iFlag green flag comes back out, and just as soon as we say that, I load into the server, so that'll be fantastic. We'll see what's going on here. The number 2, Dylan Hauser. And yellow flag going to come out here. Yellow flag number 2, Hard Motorsports. Yellow flag out on the field. Going to restack and repack the field. Have a leaner. Have a leaner. Good now, definitely. Billy Rowley, the 84 Billy Rowley, taking a ride there. We did have a leaner, the 79 machine, excuse me, Billy Rowley. Number 98 of Tim Ryan, your race leader. Second is the number 2, Dylan Hauser. Hayden Cardwell running in that third spot in the number 69. Jackson running in that 7th spot. Jeremy Duffos aboard the number 5 machine. Flag going to come out, and it's going to unfurl. Tim Ryan hits that loud pedal off of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway here into turn number 1. Comes Hayden Cardwell, 2 down to the inside of Dylan Hauser. Hauser in that number 2 machine is Tim Ryan, trying to pull away, trying to go home with a pocket full of change, as they would say. Number 98 of Tim Ryan in that top spot. Dylan Hauser running in that 2nd spot in the number 2 machine. Hayden Cardwell running in a 3rd. 4th is Alex Bergeron in the number 12 machine. Chase Crum in the 83 running in the 5th. Lap 16 of 50. Cardwell drifts up the track. Leaves the door wide open for Bergeron. Bergeron now. Over the 3rd. Kyle Moon, and let's see what happened to Kyle. Kyle is running down through here at the number 32 machine and the 5. Those guys. Come up, make contact, and there goes Kyle Moonin around and then he tries to pull up on the track right in front of another guy coming in front of him. Well, that is Hunter Crum, so Hunter Crum really pile driving that number 72 machine, so tough break. Crum, for that matter. Hunter Crum, no place to go. So some yellows going on here. They said no Dr. Green here. Not able to get that Dr. Green. Yeah, he's on self-quarantine, as you would say it. Irish guy flag, green flag going to come back out. To make sure he tries to pull out here to a lengthy advantage. And that number 98 machine trying to not let the number 2 of Dylan Hauser track him down. Hauser's one expectations of himself to try to make that going. Again, got to thank MVP Racing League before putting up the $10 for Quick Time and $10 for Hard Charger here tonight. 410 Sprint Car League created by Ryan Gray and Easton Ashbrook. The 12 race series across every dirt track in iRacing lined up. Join the series to possibly win the 2020 MVP Cash Series. Transferring out of the B main. So we continue to race now. Tim Ryan has a now looking to the bottom of Tim Ryan, trying to make it side by side, coming off the corner. And number 4 is we're on lap 28 of 50, so 22 laps remain. Tim Ryan right now has led 20 laps of this event. Is the number 2 of Hauser trying to get by him down to the inside. Alex Bergeron right now running in that third spot. Five, but Ryan trying to hold on, but it looks like his car's starting to go away, drifting up the track just a and he knows how to really back out of the throttle, though, too. So is a Tim Ryan, being a past World of Outlaw Sprint Car champion here on the iRacing simulation, is now Hauser. As Hauser trying everything he's got here so far, here early on in the going, but Hauser cannot get by that number 98 of Tim Ryan. Ryan just holding a pretty good groove in the see gonna see sprint cars here, the 360 sprint cars, and there's more lap right directly in front of these guys. So they're navigating lap traffic. Nobody really can step out of line. Let's see what's going to happen here as Tim Ryan in that number 98 machine trying to hold on. Oh, there's contact and somebody's upside down. That might be enough to cause a yellow flag. The 12 of Bergeron gets around. The number 2 of Dylan Hauser, I don't know if that was quite what it was seen there. We'll see if they're going to score the number 12 of Alex Bergeron around him. But yellow, lap traffic getting involved to the inside wall. So the 06 machine, yep. Ryle Gray. Just 24 making contact with him. gets upside down. So lap traffic, guys lap down, racing for their spot on the racetrack. Enough to bring out the Har Motorsports yellow flag here. These guys all lined back up for pretty much a dash, I would believe. The iRacing flag, green flag comes back out. 5 laps will remain here in the night. Fourth. Those guys right to tight together. Chase Crum running in that 5th spot, but Tim Ryan trying to hang on. Can he hang on here over the 2 of Dylan Hauser and the 12? Down as far to the bottom as he can. He might get the slider pulled on him. We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen here over the closing 4 laps here. But the 98 of Tim Ryan gets 3 to go here at the line. So we'll see what Tim Ryan has over Dylan Hauser and Alex Bergeron. Bergeron starting to close the gap on Hauser. As we come down into turn number 3, Popsicle Stick's going to be in there off of turn number 4. 2 more trips around Lanier National Speedway for 400 big ones here tonight. There's a big difference between second and first here. 175 for second, 400 for the first spot. As the number 98 of Tim Ryan leads down into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. White flag in the air. Does Dylan Hauser have anything left in the tank? And then number 2 machine, there's Alex Bergeron going to be right there. Ryan off of turn number 2 down the back straight away for the final time off into turn number 3. Ryan protecting the bottom. Hauser not going to be able to do anything. Tim Ryan going to take down the victory here in the A-Main. 400. Chase Crum round out your top 5. Jeremy finishing up 6. Keith Jackson, John Batista. Bryce going to finish up in that 9th spot. Jack Hoyer, Nathan Davis. Then you have Tanner Holmes, Koba Strickham, and then you got Travis Oldfield, Austin Griffey, Austin McCarl. And then you also have Chris Fisher, Sean out there too. And then number 21, Jack Clevenger, Ryle Gray, Tyler Curtis, Billy Raleigh, and here on the Full Velocity Race Network. We're going to take a brief pause for the calls, make our way on down to BladeNote.com, Victory Lane, and then we'll get an interview with our top 3 finishers. Driver of the number 12 machine going to finish up in that 3rd spot. That is Alex Bergeron in that number 12 machine as we pull him up here. Run for you guys are all pretty tight together, the top 3 of you guys, but seemed like you guys were pretty much ready to follow suit, follow in line, and top 3.
Since the driver was very slick there. So we couldn't do anything really. Maybe with a double file restart probably, but with it being single file, it was very tough to get around these guys. But we were just as fast and maybe even quicker there. So we had, we had a fast car tonight, and can't complain.
They're going to go home with some dough here tonight too, Alex. Definitely always good when you go home with some dough. But finishing to behind like Dylan Hauser and Tim Ryan, those guys at the top of their game too, able to be here tonight.
Always known for middle line racing there, and sometimes it just goes to the top, but it depends from race to race. In the race there, we tried our best, and Tim was blinking there in front of us, and we couldn't get around him. So we're faster, but we couldn't. So we did our best with what we had tonight, and P3 is not too bad.
Alex, before I let you go, here's the microphone. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank here this evening for this third place finish.
Yeah, as always, gotta thank Team ABR. My dad for tuning in, cheering on us. All of our partners, Team ABR, CSI Shocks, BitLogic app. All the fans out there for tuning in, and you guys for doing an awesome job, and everybody for putting this race on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the third place finish here tonight, driver of the number 12 machine, Alex Bergeron. We'll let him get back down to his fans and back to his girlfriend or whatever he wants to go do. Alex Bergeron, definitely a fantastic run for him. We'll make our way over here to driver of the number 2, and we usually get to talk to him quite a bit, especially in these money races. But Dylan Hauser, what a fantastic run for you there. I thought you might have had something there for Tim Ryan. It seemed like the Tell us about your race.
The race was very good. The track got locked down around the middle, and we couldn't really do much but follow them. So we had a really good car. We were just as good as Tim. Even if I got out front, I feel like Tim would have been able to do the same thing I was doing to him. We're just all so close. But, it's always good to race with Tim and Alex. You beat one of them two guys. You did something pretty good. So yeah, it's a good race. I'm happy with second. I don't run a lot of linear and 360s to begin with, so we'll take second.
Definitely good to come home with $175 night, but that's a good night, a good pay night there, just for running second there and having a great race, Dylan. But man, it tells you how much of a difference. I tell you, sprint cars, I see a lot more of you in late models. How much of a difference, different discipline is this?
That's really different. I used to be a full-time late model guy, and over the past 8 months or so, I transitioned over to sprint cars. Not full-time, but quite a bit. I do a lot of sprint car races. We're in the Pro Series that starts Monday night, so I'm pretty good at sprint cars. For the late model stuff, so I've had to come over here, relearn everything, relearn the sets, learn how to drive them. I got it down pretty good so far. I mean, I'm pretty decent in these things now, so hopefully take this momentum from tonight and go out there and do 10 grand to win. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, definitely going to be interested to watch. I'll be watching you there, Dylan. I usually watch most of those shows if I can. If I'm not broadcasting.
Yeah, everybody at Slick Sim Sport, Tyler Ducharme and Joel and Lewis and David for spot for me tonight. David for the set. It was really good. For you guys for broadcasting and Cody for putting the race on.
Gentlemen, picking up the second place finisher, driver the number 2, Dylan Hauser. So we'll let Dylan Hauser get back to whatever he wants to do. We'll make our way on down to BladeNote.com victory lane with the driver of the number 98. They said the other two drivers right before us said it was kind of locked down to the middle. They didn't want to really try to mess up anything there, and they wanted to pass you cleanly.
for putting the
to get around you there. We knew that you would have to make a huge mistake for him to get by you, and you didn't. And that was a great race.
Exactly right. I was probably running a little bit of a slower line through the middle, just running probably car to 2 car lengths higher than Dylan. But I knew if I did that, he wouldn't be able to get a run on me. And I knew I had probably a little bit too much fuel on board as well, so I was trying to get a little bit higher on the racetrack to try and burn it off as much as I could.
Well, Jim, before I let you go, I'll give you the microphone one last time. You can thank or we'd like to thank you. $400 win. Like you said, it's a little bit